2 years in a row I've made predictions for what Party Games leaderboard will look like in exactly a year on September 29th. This year we continue with that tradition by making predictions for next year. Before we get started with the new predictions, let's see how wrong or right I was last year. Overall I think I did pretty well, even if I got only 2 exactly right. Everyone else was only 1 off except for myself, which I can add to my ever-expanding list of L's. When I made this I thought this was gonna go much worse, so I'm positively surprised with being this close. The leaderboard stagnation was favorable to me, but I'm not gonna take this away from myself. With last year's recap out of the way, let's move into the new predictions. We are gonna start from the top of the leaderboard, so it's going to be exciting the whole way through and a bit less obvious at the end. As the number 1 leaderboarder, I will put Monkey City. The gap to number 2 isn't too big now, so it's definitely catchable. I'm counting on the revenge of the monkey somewhat, hoping they get some motivation back, but everything is still to play for. As number 2 I put Nils, as it's quite obvious that they aren't going to fall too far off with the gaps in the leaderboard. Just don't feel like they are going to be as strong as Monkey next year. My prediction for 3rd place is CJ Wolf. No change for them. Their grind set is strong, but I don't think it will be enough to catch the top 2. In 4th with no change as well, it is Als. And right away let's also reveal that I put myself in 5th again. Both of us are in a quite similar situation. It feels like we are both stuck where we are. Too far ahead to be caught from anyone below, and the players above too motivated to pass them. So it's gonna be 4th and 5th for us. And in the 6th place I predict IL 2004, as they are the most active player in the bottom half of the leaderboard. They aren't a hardcore win grinder, but definitely one of the more active players. 7th position on the leaderboard goes for Itamar, as in the last year the leaderboard has noticeably slowed down, at least on the bottom half. There just aren't many active people near to challenge for position. I still think Itamar's auras are good enough to keep him in 7th place. My prediction for 8th place is Ken. They play very consistently, but their win gains aren't the biggest, so I'd say it's enough to pass Uj Stager. Speaking of, I put Ugi in 9th. Ugi doesn't really play party games anymore, so it's unlikely that they're gonna get more than a few wins next year. Finally, as the player rounding up the leaderboard is Centillionaire, the only new person in the top 10 in my predictions. Currently they aren't far off 10th place, which is currently staying completely still. I don't see anyone doing a mega grind next year, so it's going to be about consistency and incremental gains. And I'm sure Centillionaire is just the right person to break in the top 10 in such stagnated era. And with that my predictions for the next year's top 10 are completed. I'm more sure about my choices this year than the last. If you watched the video until here, I'd like to hear your predictions for the next year, either in the comments or in Discord. That's all for today, see ya next time.